NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Down. 43 rail. Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready.
He'll drop the throw. And open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field.
Let's go.
And here he finds the open guy for a nice
Eagle
pickup.
blue. You yellow. Cut, cut.
First down, he'll drop and roll. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give him a fresh
On the double.
but that brought the home crowd into this one. When you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
Set.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Falcons at 4-5, a game under 500. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make
Ready
it 2
up.
in a row.
So much about
And cycle.
comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of
Cut.
So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. There's defense for the
Okay,
Packers.
right.
They were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Now,
Watch
you
it.
the
Stay.
quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week.
Like
and seeing
blue.
this defense on the spot. On almost every
Ball
snap.
red.
The ball was in the air.
Ready.
They picked it up. 5 takeaways in that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
Defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set. Hut.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And this throw will be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick 6, they're off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely static on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set.
Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And John Wall here, Charles.
Right, 97.
2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Taking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, doctor.
Let's go, baby.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Ready, ready.
Good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check, huh?
Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their
Let's go now.
field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much needed first down.
Drill, 52.
Needed something good to happen.
Check, huh?
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook
Here we go.
is still open for the coordinator.
Set.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, caught by London. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Cut, cut.
They'll look to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down calls going to be now.
This one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd down. Very long. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, make sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again. 3rd and long now. Play fake. Rodgers. Pressure gets to him. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. Against 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit.
Could be. I don't know if this it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Ready. Fight 60. Ready.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Come on,
The
set.
opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Opposite. Green. Ready.
And down to the 44. 5 yards.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Set. Ready.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Hut, hut.
Looking to throw. And the throw is going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
It's almost a little jarring. You see the set up on the other side of midfield.
Yeah, 300.
Sure on that one. That's showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards.
Touchdown!
If we don't make a play, we are not going to win.
Romeo Doubs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Down.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And
Set.
drive in the first half must end in one. Down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going. He's got it. Complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there. A big one.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside.
Black
the 30.
Ultra. Hut.
They'll set up the throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one,
Let's go.
for the defense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready.
Now a shotgun snap is going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect.
Hut, hut.
So the play results in their game.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to get into field goal range on 3rd down. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that.
Ready, set.
At the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down.
Blue striker. Red cycle. Set, hut.
And this one is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Ready, ready.
The 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Ready, ready.
The Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Back to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now you get a chance to drive in before halftime.
He'll buy some time right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw.
No.
Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to take over.
Can't have that, baby. Can't have that.
Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw on television.
Let's go now.
Congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go and claim the award. Right?
Hut, hut.
Instincts, understanding where the play is going, and being able to make a play on the football.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs.
Here we go.
Nice pickup.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this.
Here we go. Here we go.
Incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So, after practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him?
Come on,
Getting our overall defense. You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match
White,
up to him.
white. Red, yellow. Set.
Back to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
Ready!
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Green Jack!
They'll look to throw. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Set, ready!
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive.
6,
3rd and
Mega,
5.
52 Blaster, Black Shot! Ready,
They'll look to throw. This pass complete to Pollard for the out route. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Try and throw here on the fake. Got it inside the 10. Still got a fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, they'll take one shot at this. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how his first half will come to an end. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got
The message was too drastic, I think, if that happened, that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. Open man left side. It's the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn them yet another 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. You have to be a little careful. You're losing play against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
It's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10. Right now it's Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen value their martial arts skills and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on the play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads. He didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Everywhere.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Hey, Dick, 26!
Rodgers again now. He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Rodgers now on 1st down. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and a lot of teams do. They'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in.
Okay, ready?
Start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right
Shot,
there.
17!
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Ready, go!
And he'll be out of bounds, but they're going to get him past the 45. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? You guys have the game you expected, but that one there, that made
Striker,
it going.
3-3!
Hey.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go.
Let's go!
They crashed the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold it to just a yard.
Now they'll switch it up here. Look to throw. Looking for London on the out route complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete to White. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got not just for a 1st down, but for big yardage as well.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Got it?
Hey, Solo! Solo!
Set.
Back to throw now on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this?
Ready, ready.
What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing
Cut, cut.
on the scoreboard. Long in the pocket for their quarterback.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
Let's go now.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing.
Black, red, grill green. Steel, black. Ready.
On third down, and drop to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got it. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts from 19 yards away. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. See Charlie about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is caught. Christian Watson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That one's going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
Hey, 88.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they try to do. Lined up on his right, trying to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Play action, it's Rodgers. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back-to-back 3-yard pickups.
Hey,
was unable to pick up the first. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large.
Here we go.
They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason, it shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall.
Ready?
Thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Ready? Break!
Second and 4. Over the middle, caught by London. And they're able to hit this across midfield to the 48.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
On the ready? Set.
On first down, it left to throw. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
There's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time.
On the set.
Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
The Atlanta offense
Ready,
out
go.
there for their next drive.
Go!
3 interceptions
Hut.
already. We'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Ready? Ready?
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Here we go. Here we
Incomplete
go.
pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's back to throw. He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Falcons send out their punter. As the drive goes backwards, they're trying to punt it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A final look at the NFL scoreboard as they are in the 4th quarter now. And give that one to the Cardinals, they wind up winners. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game, we'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively, and then assess where we are. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it, took it all the way home.
Really impressive. Really special by him. But let's face it, today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the double.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. These guys are looking for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the position, right? You put the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts.
Come on, set.
As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rasul Douglas picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football. A great spot, first and goal at the 3-yard line.
And that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you
Set, ready.
You still got this locked down, but that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim. You just need to give them any hope they can see them right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. As they'll
Ready
start
up.
with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Hut, hut.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions.
Okay,
it just doesn't
right.
look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
Ready.
It's a win for you because it was an interception. I think the receivers now.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. Probably a little too late. It was a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle. The onside kick.
Yeah, you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. Much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coach...
Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover. It will probably matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, the defender got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for the Packers, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.